All right, the company that sent me that last plasma cutter that I reviewed also sent me a welding machine. So let's get into it. It's that same brand. It's their MIG 145 FX, and it also runs on 110 or 220. Synergic inverter MIG welder. And 60% duty cycle. The plasma cutter was 60% duty cycle too. If you want to see all that any better or any longer, then just pause the video. So let's get this box opened up and get into it. Okay, as you can see, it comes with 2 rolls of wire, one solid core, one's flux core. That one there is the flux core. That's the other one. In case you want to see that. Comes with an adapter wire, another hose to hook your gas to, carry strap, shoulder strap. It comes with the ground, and it comes with the stinger for the stick, to stick weld. And of course it comes with a wrench and some consumables. I don't know why there's such a glare. And it also comes with another roller that goes inside the machine for the wire. And of course, comes with your owner's manual. And it shows you right there how to set everything up for gas, gasless, flux core. And there's how you set it up for stick. And there's how you set it up for TIG. And the reason they show you that is you got 2 different places here to hook this one. You see that? If you're welding flux core, the ground clamp goes in the bottom. If you're welding gas, it goes in the top. And then this one obviously goes down here. So, get the camera put up on the stand and show you a little better. All right, here's the inside panel of it. Tells you how to set up the wire, how to put the wire in the machine, how to set the machine for whatever thicknesses and all that good stuff. This is important to read this. That tells you how to take this off. This is not a knob that you tighten and loosen, you just push in. Let's see if I can get it to push in with one hand. You see how it's pushing in? You just push in and turn, like a quarter turn. And it says on and off, but I think that's backwards because you push it in and turn it that way, the arrow where it says on, and it comes off. So there that is, right? Anyway, and of course you got your button in here. Once you get the wire through here and into the sleeve, put this back down. This just loosens up or tightens up and it comes off. You just pull up on it and it comes off. Folds over this way, and then this piece folds up. And then you'll see your roller here. The roller, all you do is turn this counterclockwise and it comes out with this. Now the rollers have 2 sides, for 2 different size wires. So with the other roller that came with it, you got 4 different size wires you could use with this machine. So that's pretty cool. So, and the one you're using, the size wire you're using, it faces to you, faces outward to the outside. So I got it set up right now with the flux core. I wanted to use it with the with my gas, but it's my welding machine's way over there, kind of closed in. I can't really get to it without moving a whole bunch of stuff around, and the fitting in the back here is different, so I'd have to change the hose, and I ain't doing all that. So we're just going to use it with the flux core wire. Now, instead of cutting it here, when you're going to change your wire from flux core to solid core, instead of cutting it here and taking the spool off, what I always do is I loosen this up a little bit, loosen the tension, and I roll this way, which would wind the wire back up on the spool until it comes out. You just got to be careful, because if it comes out and you don't have a hold of it, then it's going to unravel and you're going to have a big mess. So just hold it here while you're with one hand and turn it with the other hand. Turn it backwards this way. And that way you don't waste all that wire that's in the line, right? And then, you, of course, you just put your new spool on there and run it through here and through here. It's easy. Nothing to it. Besides, it's got the guide there to show you how to do it. And it's also in the owner's manual if you don't know how. So let me get this closed and show you the front. Okay, hopefully you can see this. I got it zoomed in. This button here changes it from MIG to stick to lift TIG. Now, one thing you need to know, if you're going to weld MIG gas, it takes like a 75-25 mix, 75 argon, 25 oxygen. But if you're going to weld TIG, you need pure argon. So keep that in mind. If you're going to weld MIG and TIG, you need two different gas tanks. Now, you can use argon, straight argon for MIG, but that gets expensive. So you really need to use a mix on the MIG and then straight argon on the TIG. So keep that in mind. There's two different tanks you'll have to buy. But anyway, you just hit this button here and it switches it from MIG to stick to lift TIG, and then there's all your settings, for each welding process. Down here you got gas, gasless. I don't know why the fan just cut on, because I ain't welding with it. So the book says the fan only cuts on when it's hot. So there that is. Anyway, there's gas. There's gasless. I got it set up with the flux core wire, so it's going to be gasless. And over here it has your different wire settings, 030, 035, and 040. And the wire is 1 millimeter, so it's going to be 040. And then over here you got 2T, 4T. 2T is you pull the trigger in and it welds. You let off the trigger, it stops welding. 4T is you pull the trigger in, it starts welding. You can let go of the trigger and it keeps welding until you hit the trigger again and let off of it, and then it stops. But whatever, I don't hardly ever use 4T. I just mainly use 2T. So, and then of course, your knob here is different settings for whatever you're going to be welding. So let me get some metal over there set up and see how this thing welds a little bit. Okay, there's one of the welds. I was just doing little short welds is all I was doing. There's another one. Okay, as I said, there's another one. There's one. And I tried to get inside there, but it's too tight of a spot to get into. And then here's the last one I did. So, as you can see, I showed a couple. I would grab them, but I don't have my gloves on now. They're still hot. But I showed a couple of the welds. All I was doing was little small welds. The welding machine welds great. I don't really like flux core. I'd rather use gas, but it still welds great. The flux core part, that's me. That's not the welder. Now, I will say, if you see me start and then stop and then start again, it's because this helmet, my Old Faithful, well, this is not my Old Faithful. This is my second Old Faithful. Sometimes when I first started welding, I still had it set on, let's see, right here. I still had it set on cut mode, not weld mode. So guess what happened? I got flashed. But even with it set on weld mode, as you've seen, I would start welding, then I would stop and then start again, hoping it would darken. The reason I stopped is because it flashed me. It didn't darken. It's supposed to automatically darken. You know, that's why I never really liked using these auto darken welding shields. So then I got out my Old Faithful Lincoln. That one is a Yes welder. I got out my Old Faithful. And the reason I did that is I haven't used my other Yes welder helmet that I've won in a giveaway. It's supposed to be better than that one, but I haven't used it yet. It's still in the bag. And I didn't get my Matco helmet. I think it's a Lincoln too, but it says Matco all over it because it done me the same way. It flashed me. But the Old Faithful here that stays dark all the time, it didn't flash me, right? So there that is. And the more times I got flashed, I think was like 3 times, the more you can't see because you got a bright light in your eye. Anyway, that ain't about that. It's about this machine, right? The machine works great. And look, the thing is little. Look how small it is to my hand. I mean, I got big hands, but it's small. Anyway, it works great. You just have to play with the settings. At first, that first piece I welded, it blew a hole in it. I didn't show that. I fixed it afterwards, but I didn't show the hole because I had it set too high. It was too hot. It just burned a hole in it, and the material was, thin. So, yeah, it welds great. It works. That's all I got for this video. I hope you liked it. If you want to get one of these machines, check the description and the pinned comment. It'll be there too. To Amazon, I would appreciate it. It's not very expensive for what you get. Now, if you do want to do TIG, you have to buy that separately. And I'm assuming you can buy it from them or any TIG machine or TIG torch, I guess, would work on it. I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. But you have to check on that. But if you want it, just go down there to Amazon, to the link to Amazon, and I would appreciate it. That's all I got for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.